uncompliant as well, or like where you don't have to where you can have a bunch of ad accounts, you don't have to worry about it, the frequent bans and issues. And if you ever do get banned, we have like unlimited replacements. So, but then any niche could really work. But the main thing is you want to make sure that the product is something that there's a demand for, and that's just an easier way to sell it. Or there a product is something that is highly engaging, it's viral oriented, and it's good, it's priced at a good rate, right? So like for example, if you're searching on Facebook ads library or TikTok creative library and so forth, and or you just scrolling through your social media and you notice that there's a particular product that is doing exceptionally well, like lots of engagement, a lot of people are like, hey, where do I buy this and so forth. And then you look at that person's website, you realize like, hey, this is one of the top sellers. You do some more research and see how many other people are selling this, and you're like, okay, you know what, I think I can do really good with this. The key thing is what will set you apart is your offer. So you may have the same product as someone else, but what could set you apart is having the right offer. So that's why I'm saying any niche could work as long as you understand how to create offers. And that is one of the big things that you want to be able to figure out, is how to create offers, because that will make like a huge impact for you. So someone say, how can I make my first sale without paid ads? Organic TikTok, right? Yeah. So if I guess if you're not looking to do paid ads right away and you want to do your first sale, organic is definitely the way to go. Like for example, there's one of the e-commerce websites that I started off. I started off organic, and that time I was doing just like Instagram organic. In the first month of doing Instagram organic, I was able to essentially like bring in like $4,000 to $5,000 just with organic in the first month of like doing some efforts. Of course, I scale it with like I scale that with like Facebook ads afterwards, and I was able to get that to like 20,000, 30,000 in the month and so forth, and within like a 2 month period or two to 3 month period, right? So yeah, so then organic, what you will want to do for organic, there are two different things that you can focus on, whether you do it on TikTok or also on TikTok or also on Instagram. Of course, you can focus a lot doing a lot of reels for your Instagram, or you can do like a lot of TikTok videos, and try to copy videos that may be more viral. You can look to see, okay, what are some videos that are going viral, do something very similar to that, copy that, and be able to do it on your page and be consistent every single day. Like some of my pages on Instagram, I'm like posting multiple times a day. The same thing for TikTok, you post multiple times a day, be consistent and post more like viral oriented content, and make sure that you have your link and your call to actions as well, your call to actions and so forth. So people could know what to do the next step and actually go into your product. you know Different types of accounts that they're running, that has like a good amount of like following on there, and you can reach out to them and have them to even affiliate for you. So again, it requires a lot of cold outreach and it requires convincing people. However, the easier way for me that I've found to do it is paying people for like shout out, right? It makes it a little quicker because people will easily like want to be paid for a shout out than taking a percentage commission. However, if you can convince someone to do percentage commission, you could do that as well. If they already have a following, then it works because you can get immediate sales coming in. But it doesn't hurt sometimes to try out paying them for a shout out and then posting it with your link and everything else, putting it in the bio and having them drive traffic, right? So someone else asked, how about promoting seasonal products? Which platform gives higher conversion rate? So, Rina, the platform for higher conversion rate, it all depends on which platform you are most familiar with, right? Because I've gotten good conversion rates on both TikTok and also on Facebook. Now, Rina, let me know, like, how much are you spending on your ads per day? Um, like how much are you spending on ads? And seasonal products, definitely you could do it. You get a burst. Like personally, I personally like Facebook ads when it comes to like drop shipping and e-commerce and so forth, because that's where I've also been able to make a bulk of my funds, but I've been able to make a lot on TikTok as well. But you know, one of the I've had before a bittersweet relationship with like Meta, just because when I first started off, I really was excited. I started testing things out, and I got a winning ad in like a few days time, and I started scaling it, and I was scaling it really high until Facebook just shut down my account. And at that time, I didn't know what to do. So I was like, man, my account is restricted. So what I thought to do was let me message Facebook and let me see if I can get it back. I messaged Facebook. I waited a day, 2 days, back and forth, waiting for replies, finally replied, and having to wait again and submitting everything that they wanted me to submit. And I ended up waiting for like 2, 3 months until I realized, man, this is not getting anywhere. And I was kind of like disappointed, and I was kind of like, like, man, is this really happening? I can't really, like, I was literally making like tons of money every single day, and every single month. Like, I'll be having orders by truckloads. And I'm like, you know what? Let me pause from this a while, and I ended up pausing from it and not capitalizing on that wave and not actually making like ad plans that time for that store to do like a 2 million. It was already on the trajectory of doing like $2 million, and I missed out on a lot of opportunities. But I learned very quickly how to be able to avoid that, so that way I can avoid restrictions. Which again, this is why we really now helping even a lot of other individuals who are in the e-com space, affiliating space, and so forth, and showing that you can set up yourself properly. And I'll show you an example of the setup very soon. You can set up yourself properly, and like someone is asking about structure, right? So let me share with you the best structure that we recommend, to be able to yeah, the recommended structure that we have there to be able to help in getting things getting things set up properly. So let me actually share my screen with you and show you what a structure will look like, so that way you can really avoid a lot of the issues. And that's a key goal we want you guys to do here. Avoid those a lot of the restriction problems. If you can avoid getting banned, then you can set yourself up for success and not just having to deal with a constant cycle of ups and downs, restrictions and bans, and never making progress with your business, right? So that's what you want to avoid, and that's what we want to be able to help you with. So let me know if you guys can see my screen. If you can see my screen, just let me know in the chat as well. Just want to make sure everything is clear. I mean, right now, I think the text is not high quality right now on this image, but it's I think we get the point. So this is a setup that I recommend, right? So this is what I recommend. So what I recommend you having is um now it's optional to have like multiple accounts. You can really do it from one account, but preferably like two accounts. Having two Facebook accounts is ideal, right? And that is especially if you're in a niche that is more like sensitive. Now, if your niche is not so sensitive, one account is fine. You can work with that. Now, what I suggest, just in case, like having, of course, your main page is good, but always having backups just in case you have any issues is something that I would recommend, right? So what I'll say is like you can have your main page, but you have like two other pages backup just in case. So you always have that there. So let's say you have 3 pages. You have your main Facebook profile. Now, of course, your profile is whatever your personal profile is, or you can even buy a profile as well. And you can be able to have even a backup profile. You can buy a profile and have it as a backup profile, or even use it as your main profile. And if any of you actually want to be able to like ever buy any profiles and so forth, I'll just drop the channel there. We do have that available, so that way you can be able to get access to that. But you know, also once you have like that main profile, what you want to do is have a business manager, and that is connected to your profile, right? So that business manager is connected to the profile, and all of those pages you would put it inside of it would be owned by that profile. So all those pages here would be owned by that profile, and that profile has this business manager. Now, of course, Facebook calls it business portfolio, right? Business portfolio. Then within the business portfolio, you want to have ad accounts. Now, if you all are doing job shipping and you set up your own ad account, you will get probably like $50 a day to start off with, what you call DSL. That's your daily spend limit, right? Your daily spend limit. However, if you want to be in a position where you want to be able to have an unlimited daily spend limit, which is what we recommend everyone doing who are really serious about really making money off drop shipping. If you're just testing things out, whatever it is, and you want to, just maintain a small revenue, whatever it might be, then you can just get a regular ad account, and that's fine. Now, if you want to actually be able to build things up where you can be able to scale a lot more, then that's when we recommend you getting at least meta agency ad accounts, right? Agency ad accounts. And so what we recommend is once you have like, let's say, 3 pages connected to your main profile, you get like a business manager. And under these business managers, you have like essentially two agency ad accounts there. Now, if you want to get the agency ad accounts, that's something that we're able to do. If someone has the budget already, I would say that you'll end up saving a lot more money, because a lot of times people think, oh, if I have to spend money to get an additional ad account, then it's like a minus. But it's really a plus. It's really a multiplication, because what happens is that with agency ad accounts, you actually get what you call lower CPMs. So CPMs is like your cost per million. That's what it stands for, or basically your cost for every 1,000 people, or that every 1,000 impressions that you get on your ad, right? That actually is a lot more lowered with agency ad accounts. Also, in addition to that, when it's time to scale, let's say you found a winner today and you get in like $6 per purchase. You get in like you know, $8 per purchase or CPA, and you're like, man, okay, this is great. I want to scale this up. Then you can literally go from $50 a day to $200 a day to $500 a day to $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day without any issues with agency ad accounts. So that's why we also recommend it, and it's also much more strongly built, so you rarely get banned when it comes to that, right? So you rarely get banned when it comes to that as well. So we recommend that. Now, the reason why I would say I'll recommend like a backup, like having a backup profile, which you can also get from us too. The reason why is because sometimes you want this to be housed, this part here, you want it to be housed under one profile, just in case you don't want your pixel to be restricted or banned. If anything goes wrong here and it ends up affecting other things, you don't want the pixel to be affected, because your pixel or your data set, which Facebook calls it data sets now, it was mainly pixel. So your data set is very important. That's what collects all your information. So when you start running ads, you start getting conversions, you start getting whether it may be leads, conversions, page views, checkouts, initiate checkouts, add to carts, whatever it is. All that gets stored into your pixel. Once you set up your pixel properly, it all gets stored in there. And now Facebook is using that information to be able to target more people. And the more data you have, the more specific, the more targeted Facebook is. So that's why set up your pixel is almost like a must, something that you definitely want to do. But what I do recommend is if you have like an additional ad account, you can have like another, just you can even just have a regular BM, like a regular BM underneath that other ad account, a regular BM that it has access to that owns the pixel, right? And once that pixel is owned by this other business manager, then what you will do is share that pixel or that data set, you share it with the main business manager, and you will basically run your ads from here. So basically the setup is that if ever anything goes down, then your pixel remains proper. It's without it being affected. So again, like if someone does want to get like the agency ad accounts, that's something that we recommend to do, because the agency ad account is much more strongly built, and it's pretty cheap, guys, to get it. Like it's like you're literally only paying like you can go on like a plan which is like 247 a month only, and with that as well you get access to like you basically get access to, we have a dedicated like person that will support you, that works directly with Meta. So we have inside links with Meta partners, right? We have inside link with Meta where we have our dedicated account person that will basically be helping you in the entire setup and through the entire process. If ever an account is affected, they help you right away, help you with billing and everything else. So all that is great. Then in addition to that, we add you to our pro community as well. So we have a pro community of others that are dropshipping, affiliated, and so on. We'll add you to, so that way you can be able to take advantage of of all that we offer. And then with the agency ad accounts plan, you also get unlimited replacement. If ever an account goes down, we can get that replaced for you again right away, so that way you can continue to run. So the key goal of us is, how do we get you to continue to run without any issues? And that's what we're here to set up for you, so that way you can be able to get that going and really have a bulletproof setup. That's the key goal of this. It's like a bulletproof setup, so that way you can be able to test and scale without any issues. So that's what we want to help you. I hope that's clear. Any questions on that, guys? Any questions on that? Let me see what we have in the chat. So let me see questions on that, and I'm going to come back to like resources on tracking soon, Omar. Let me just see what questions we have pertaining to what I just covered here. Um, if I DM you, show me my product, can you tell me if it will be a winner? Now, I mean, Meki, you can share your product and so forth, but sometimes the main way to really see if it's a winner is when you actually when you actually test it, right? Sometimes you just really need to test it out, and when you test your product, you want to also test your offer. Within your offer is not just pricing. Pricing is one part, but you want to test an offer that is irresistible, where someone could see it and think, man, I need to get this, and I need to get it now, right? And so that's what your offer needs to create. It needs to create that in the mind, whether it's through urgency, scarcity, um, right price point, whether it's a bundle, whether it is some you sell someone on the outcome of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So yeah. And KO as well, you say you have two business managers right now. One is verified, one is unverified. Which one should house the pixel? So the verified is better for the asset housing, or doesn't matter? So KO, right? You can house the pixel. Any of them will actually work to house a pixel, and that will actually be fine. So yeah, each of any of those will be able to work fine. Like, it's really up to you, your choice. If you want to use your verified one, that works as well. And for you, I since KO, right? KO, since you also signed up for the agency ad account, so the same agency ad accounts that we mentioned right now. So King KO signed up for it. I think what, yesterday or day before yesterday, he signed up for it, and you getting your ad account as well. So I think, if I'm not sure if you put your link or your ID for your BM, but if not, we will actually give you a business manager as well. So you can run your ads in the business manager that we give you, and you can be able to house your pixel in either the verified or the unverified BM that you have, right? So that will work for you, KO. So you can be able to do that. Um, and Meki, you were away. I guess I answered I answered you as you were gone. But I was saying that if you want, you can send the product, but then the main way is really through testing sometimes. Of course, you can get a glimpse of if something will work or may not work, but I cannot 100% tell you, like, yeah, for sure, this will scale to the moon and back, right? But you have to test. And what I was saying is that when you test, you want to also test and have a very good offer, what you call irresistible offer. What sets you guys apart from anyone else in the field is your offers, the offer that you have. That's what really makes a big difference. So offer has things in different elements in there, where you're not just selling the product. The goal of the offer is to not sell a product, but to actually sell the offer or the outcome, right? You sell the outcome of it. Like, what are the benefits people get? When someone buys this product, how would it change their lives, right? And then you want to be able to add a level of scarcity to their urgency, and of course, having the right price point definitely helps as well for the different platforms that you're on. So and just to mention this as well, whilst we on this too, as it pertains to, like, let's say the setup. So if anyone also wants to be able to get the ad accounts, like, guys, let me know in the chat if anyone wants to get the ad accounts to having like the agency set up, then we can plug that in for you, and we can be able to set things up for you and get that going. So This is a bulletproof, like what this is, a bulletproof setup, so you don't have to go through the headaches of Facebook bans, the ups and downs, and never able to make any money doing your e-commerce, your drop shipping, and so forth, or your affiliating. But it's a way where you can run your ads without those issues. And our guarantee, really, for peace of mind, is that we give you unlimited replacements, and then of course, you'll have no daily spend limits, so you'll be able to scale like crazy whenever you need to. So, and I know, like, so Craig Budd says he keeps getting too many pages created when he tries to make a page, and that has been an issue that we've been seeing other people have been experiencing as well, right? So some other people have been experiencing that same issue. So what I'll suggest you is just buying pages, like, just buy a few pages, like, literally, if you do if you go to our meta assets, you'll see pages. You can just buy a couple pages from us, and we'll be able to send that to you, and that wouldn't be an issue. So I think Facebook changes a lot, guys. Right? It's always changing, policies changing, so many things are happening, and essentially, we just have to adapt to it. And of course, things at different seasons are hard, especially during the election season. There were a lot more bans, a lot more issues, a lot more changes, and so forth. So yeah, so a lot of those conditions are happening there. So what I would suggest is, like, for the pages, just probably buy a couple pages, and also you can get it from what I sent you. Or if you do get the if you do get the agency ad account, like our Immortal agency ad account setup, which you can actually get. And if any of you want to get it, just submit a ticket right now, right? Just submit a ticket here. I drop the channel link and just say, hey, I want a Meta ad account. Just create a ticket and I can get that for you. Now, what I'm going to do for all of you on the call, whoever wants it, and we'll also give you a free business manager or business portfolio. So you get a free business portfolio, and in addition to that, we're going to give you 3 pages without any charge, right? So you get 3 pages without any charge, and then you also get like a business portfolio in there. So and you get, of course, multiple ad accounts. So we give you multiple ad accounts as well. So you get a really strong setup. So just go ahead and create that ticket and just say, hey, can I get the Meta bulletproof setup or ad accounts? And I'll be able to help you with that. So let's see here. So let me see. So Omar, right now, I mean, I probably wouldn't show you the full inside behind my store right now. Maybe at a later date, we'll probably go through that and share some. Maybe we'll see. We can share some information and some details on the stores. So yeah, we can probably check on that another time. If Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so can you show us product testing campaign structure? Okay, so what I can do is I can open up a sample Facebook account and be able to walk through how I will go about setting up some ads, right? We can just probably do like a test with it and see how we can go about maybe testing something out, how we can probably set up a campaign for testing. So let me do this here. Let's see here. And again, guys, like any of you who do get the agency ad account, like I've just also put together, and let me actually show it to you. I just started putting together an entire like set of guides for the agency ad accounts that will also involve, like, let's say, will also involve things like how to test, how to scale your ads, but also to walk you through a lot of the common pitfalls when it comes to the ad setup, the agency ad accounts and all of those. So um, what I'm going to do, let me just share my screen to show you a little bit of what we have available, right? Let me see here. Let me, all right, great. So let me just share my screen and show you guys something. I'm going to share a window. All right, let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see that screen now, everyone? Can you see my screen? All right. So this is what we'll do, right? So I again, this is a work in progress. So everyone who gets the agency accounts, you get access to this. And right now, I'm actually building out and adding in. I'll be adding in daily, like a lot more resources. So like, of course, you have the introduction. I'll be adding in information on anti-detect browsers for some people who have gotten bans on their account before. You'll be seeing how to utilize pixels properly. Not pixels, sorry, how to utilize proxies properly, so that way you can avoid those future bans. And also using proxies headless browsers, that helps. Also, we'll go through like bulletproof Facebook account setup, your agency accounts, and so forth. And then we'll be going through a lot of the common issues, like setting up your pixel properly, like some of the errors you get when you set up pixels, how to overcome those errors, and how to solve that, right? Because a lot of people were having like even this type of issue as well, where they were going on Shopify, it says confirmation required. So we shown you how to be able to solve a lot of the issues that individuals are experiencing, right? And then launching and scaling your ads, it has information on like tracking data and so forth. So I'm going to be adding to this specific to like just general when it comes to both e-commerce, affiliating, or in general advertising. So I'll be updating and modifying that as we go along. So keep track of that. And again, so once you create a team, we can help you with that. And this is basically our link as well. Go there too and get it directly for getting your agency ad account. So that's where all the information is. You can be able to get that. Now I do have a sample ad account opened up. I haven't used this account, but this was just there for some previous testing that was done. But that was for being used for like some type of affiliating in the past. But I'm just going to walk through like maybe some type of campaign that could be set up, and maybe for like, let's say, if you were to test out a product, how to go about doing it, right? Um, so any specific questions that you may have as it pertains to like you can always drop it there. Let me know, and we can be able to cover this. But is everyone good in going over the screen share on how to do testing for product? What I'm going to do, of course, we're not going to launch a campaign, but we're going to create a campaign as if we're going to launch it, right? Um, so are we all good? If that's something that everyone wants to see together, then we could do that. But I know Joshua, let me see, you had a question before. Let me just make sure I've been able to see that. Can you show us your product testing? That's what we're going to look at. And then how do you optimize campaigns day by day? You've seen successful dropshipping business. Many people have started with 3 creatives and changing them every day. Okay, we'll talk about that. And can you show that? Okay, so we can talk about testing strategy, and also in the entire training. I have like a and I'm going to add more items there. How to launch and be able to scale your ads. I'm going to add more there, and also in our Discord, once you're set up, then we actually have guides, some guides as well, meta guides in our um, agency pro channels that are locked, but it unlocks once you join in the agency pro, which by getting like agency ad account. But let's walk through campaign right now. Okay, so let's see a campaign right now. Let's see here. So what you'll do now is like, okay, if you go ahead, campaign. Now, when it comes to running ads for e-commerce, unless you like, let's say, I'll say this, right? Unless you're warming up your ad account, you always want to do sales, like always 100%. If you're selling products, drop shipping and so forth, you're doing sales. Of course, if you're doing affiliate marketing or you're doing lead generation or something like that, then you can be able to like consider doing leads right here, right? But in general, for e-commerce, drop shipping and so forth, you always want to do sales, unless you're running just to be able to like warm up your account. Then you can be able to do like, let's say, type of a like, let's say, engagement campaign or like a awareness campaign. any of those will be able to like help you in, especially this one, engagement campaign. If you're warming up your account, you can create an engagement campaign, and then you will basically choose the option for like page, to get like, let's say, page likes. So that's what we recommend for warm up. So right. So if you were to warm up, like let's say this account, I did like a warm up on it. Let me just show you how it was set up. If you're warming up an account, so if you get like, let's say, when you get like our agency ad accounts as well, we still recommend just doing a mini warm up on it. So this is how you will do the warm up. So I'll show you how to warm up the account. Then after we'll go into how to do, a testing strategy that you can be able to utilize, right? So so on this warm up, like it's an engagement campaign. The name doesn't really matter. It's just a warm up, but you can put the name to whatever you want. For the warm up, I actually just put like $1 in there. You don't really have to spend much on it. You just needed to get an ad approved and needed to spend for like at least a day. And once you do that as well, basically you want to be able to set your start date for it. You can make it start right away. And then what I did for the warm up, I actually did worldwide, right? So I included all countries worldwide, but for the warm up. And the only thing is, I excluded a few of them because just to avoid having to do extra steps. And I put the minimum age as 21. So for the warm up, minimum age 21, you can choose worldwide. And I also, just for the sake of avoiding some extra steps, I also like, let's see here, I also excluded a few locations as well. But let's see. Yeah. So, and it will show you pop-ups of the locations. Like I think Russia is excluded, Singapore is excluded, and also Taiwan is excluded. Because of whatever is going on in those regions. It just makes it easier to just run without those places and do 21. Now, once you do this, then what what you do as the next step is, you set that up. Basically, the main area there, once you have your campaign would be like a page like campaign, and that's the first thing. Sorry, I should have gone to. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? My 1 second. My I think my thing just died here, but hopefully the audio is still good. Okay, my headset died. Okay, so then what I was saying is that so this first part here is the campaign. This part here is the ad set. This part here is the ad, right? So on the first step, it's an engagement campaign. With the engagement campaign, you select like a page like option, and you see those options once you setting it up. Um, so and then you go through the ad sets. You put your budget, like I said. You put the locations as well, and then you can just leave it general as well. It wouldn't really matter. And then for the ad, it's basically for the for the warm up ad, you can just put any type of ad you would like. Like it doesn't really matter. Like you can get like a dog. You can get like just like you know any type of like stock image that you may have, that you can be able to advertise. Anything that you think would just be easily compliant and that there wouldn't be any issues with. Now, for some reason, my internet is like loading like snail right now. So that's sort of delaying. Let me just see here. Yeah. Okay. But essentially, it will be a page like campaign on this one. And then with the page like campaign, like you just, create it there. With the page like campaign, you just put a regular image and the text will be very regular, like even saying like you see this one here, I just use like a dog. And let me see if I can show the text if it will load up. Not sure why it's not loading.
fine. This one is not loading right now, but you can get the text was probably something like oh, I see. I took out the Facebook page from this account. Anyways, yeah. So you can see like the dog hair, and then you just put a text like um like my page for more updates or something very generic, and you don't have to put much for it. So that's what you call like a warm-up campaign. You let that run for like 24 hours or like a day, and then you should be good from there. Now, when it's time to create your ad, main ad campaign, you want to be able to do a sales campaign. So you do sales campaign, then you go continue, right? And let me know if everyone is following me so far and if it all makes sense. Because I'm going to now share the testing strategy. We showed a warm up, how to do a warm up. Now we're going to do how to do like a simple testing strategy. Just let me know if everyone is on the same page, if you're following so far. Before we go into the testing strategy together. Let me know in the chat. All right, cool. So okay, so I'm clear. You can hear me. Okay. So let's see here. Let me just do this quickly. Okay. So once you do the sales campaign, you click sales. Like a lot of people, like you can test out if you want advantage shopping. Facebook has gotten a lot better. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. The key thing is for testing. You can test out a campaign that's advantage, but you can also test out a campaign that's manual sales. For right now, we're going to do manual sales, and we're going to click continue. So once you do manual sales campaign and you want to name your campaign, you can choose how you want to name it, whether you want to name it like your like let's say if you have like your product, then you can have your offer here. Then maybe if you want, you can put some information about your audience, and then you can put it like a sales campaign, right? Or conversion campaign, or something like that. So that's like a simple structure. You can choose how it's up to you. So you want to be able to like do that step. And as you go on, let's say um, you scroll down. That's basically there. You guys go to next. So then it brings you to the ad set level now. So on the ad set level, you want to be able to select your conversion event. So your conversion event that you will be doing would be basically website, drive sales to the website, right? That's what you'll be doing. Unless you're running some other type of ad where you driving sales to your messages or to calls. And message works if you have like automations messages, if you're using something like ManyChat, you have like automation flows and all of that, then that's when those things will come more in handy. But generally, you want to have direct conversions on your website. So you click on right here. And then when it comes to like performance goal, you want to do maximize number of conversions. Always, especially at the beginning, maximize number of conversion. That works great. You keep that there. Now, what you want to do is either create your data set or this your pixel, or select the pixel that you'll be using, right? So either you create a pixel, you create a data set, or select a pixel that you'll be using. So conversion events, then you select what conversion event. Now, you will select like purchase conversion event and test that out. But of course, if you have data in your pixel for other things like add to cart or initiate checkout, you can also test add to cart, initiate checkout against purchase and see if you get better results that way starting off. But always in the long run, you will get most of your results by just choosing the purchase event right here, right? So again, that pixel is not set up for conversion because that was for like a lead generation type of affiliating thing that was there. But yeah, you'll just make sure your pixel is set up properly for conversion. Now, when it comes to like your budget for ads, you have different options. Um, Testing, I like doing low budget for testing. I know some of you are doing low budget, but below like again, sorry, per ad set. Usually, when you do testing, there's two different main things that individuals would do. There is what you call CBO, There's also what you call ABO. So CBO is campaign budget optimization. It means that how much money will the campaign spend in general against all the ad sets and so forth that's in the campaign. But when it comes to ad sets, budget optimization or ABO, it's how much does each ad set spend. So sometimes you can even do like even a $10 a day per ad set. And if you want to do a $50 a day test situation, you will basically have five different ad sets spending $10 a day each, right? So you have like five different ad sets spending $10 a day each. And then you have the option, like let's say if you want, you can also start this off even at midnight. So like let's say you do 12 a.m. So that's an option. You can start it at midnight for the next day and let it run for a full cycle, right? So you can let it run for a full cycle. Once you do that, it will start showing you like some analytics for what could possibly be expected reach amount of conversions. So again, it may not necessarily be like accurate. This is going based upon my pixel data, which was more so for leads that I was running. I was running more like lead generation in there. This wasn't for purchases. So that's why with $10 a day, it's saying I could have gotten like 9 to 25 leads, right? But of course, with $10 a day, you wouldn't get 9 to 25 purchases for sure. But you definitely want to make sure that you can get purchases, and I'll share with you the plan afterwards. So what you want to do is select your location, select where you want to do it. A lot of times I like to just focus in on one location at a time for a test, so that way I can better be able to see how that location is performing properly, not having too many variables, so I can know what's working and what's not. So let's say you keep the United States. Um, so you can do the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, wherever you want to do it. Do it. It's up to you. And then also like let's say some of the things that could be done as well if you click on more options. If your product has some sort of age related situation, you would change that. Other than that, you don't ever have to like change this. Like this would stay the same. Like you don't ever have to like change the age, right? Then also when it comes to like additional aspect for the audience, then you can click what I just click here for the audience suggestion and so forth. Now, usually, like right now, broad is working a lot better, but not all the time it may work properly. So you can test one of your ad sets with broad, right? That's fine. Test one of your ad sets with broad, especially for e-commerce and so forth. Um, one with broad, then afterwards you can test additional ad sets with different audiences. So if you have an existing um, data of a bunch of clients, thousands of clients that you've run before, whatever it is, you can get a lookalike audience and try to see how that will work for you as well. A lookalike audience from all your previous customers. If you don't, you can also try some other campaigns. Let's say if you have five ad sets, one could be broad, another one could be a lookalike, another one could be interest targeted relation. So let's say someone is doing like let's say in the sporting niche, then let's say you may search up sport and get people interested in sports. So you want to have one interest there for everyone that's interested in sports. Now, if someone is in a different niche, like let's say I'm not sure, like like you give me the niche, let's say it's some type of home garden type of niche, then you can click home or like get something that's related. So that way you can be able to see, okay, you know what, who are the people that are related to this particular industry, so that way you can target them more specific. Now, the way where you can find more, let's say if you were to create multiple ad sets, like you have five ad sets and you have to try in the second ad set a different interest as well, and you're like, okay, how do I find more interest that's sort of related? Then you can click on that suggestions area there, and that's a nice thing, and you can scroll and it will show you more. So let's say real estate might not be really in the niche for home and garden, but okay, I'm scrolling, I'm like, oh, home improvement, okay, let me try home improvement for this one. I'll take out this and I'll do home improvement, right? So where you can be able to test this out. So um so let's see someone here. And I know like Robert, you said you added EU and USA free ad sets, three videos each. Got 100 sessions all day, zero sales, paid 40. So personally, I would say start off with one main location first. I mean, if you do the EU, that's fine. You can do the EU, but I don't know if you want to be doing all those countries or specific countries. But then sometimes, like, either just do US, either just do Canada, or either just do like certain European countries and just focus on that separately, so I can know how those work. And then also in your ad sets that you test out, you want to have different audiences in those ad sets. So you can use the same three creatives. You can use the same three creatives in all assets that you test in, but then the main difference in each ad set would be your audience, the audience that you target, right? Whether it's broad or whether it's some specific targeting. Um, so then the other thing that you want to do is, let's say you're doing this one broad, right? So you go right here, you go next, and then it will bring you to your. So you'll just name the ad whatever it is, whatever the ad name might be, that you want to be able to name it, right? So I just put right here ad name. So once you do the ad name, then you select your Facebook page. If you have an Instagram page connected, you put that as well. Um, then you have like the create ad. So you can click like sorry. So let's see here. So you have like create ad, setup creative, which is here. So like let's say you're doing single video, you have ad creatives setup ad. So you can select video or image or video ad. You upload that, and then afterwards your destination, you put it there. You put your destination link. So www dot, let's say, um Shopify link, or your e-commerce link, whatever it is, .com, right? So you want to be able to do that, and then the display link is fine. Since it's short, you can just leave it. You don't have to put anything here. If you had a really long link, then you can just put like your main domain as a display link. So it only shows them like a nicer looking link, right? And um, then as you scroll down, let's see. Sorry, let me just do this here. Let me see if I'm missing any parts. So yeah, you want to add your creative, and I don't have like okay, I need to add it first to be able to get more options. So let me see if I can add um uh okay, I'm just adding a random okay, I'm just adding some random now. But you know what? Let me okay, I'll just add this right now. Skip continue done. All right, I'm just going to add this right now just so you can get an idea, right? So it's just a random image. But let's say you're doing the text, a primary text. Um, if you want to know where it goes, you just write something in and you notice, okay, this one is the part that goes to the top. So you want to figure out what you want to write. I wouldn't go into like um the details on writing this part right now, of course. But yeah, and then so and then in the headline you can do something that's very something that's an offer you want to add there that's very compelling and short, like let's say oh, $1 Shopify. So and I'll put like today, right? So get your $1 Shopify store today. um and maybe I'll put like ending soon, so it has some sort of like you know some sort of like urgency or scarcity and so forth. Get your $1 store, it has the main offer, and then you put your ad description here. So those are like key things you want to do. And when it comes to like the call to action, um you can put learn more, that works as well, or you can put shop now. But learn more is a general one that typically works very well. You can leave it like there, it works pretty good. You can do that. Or the other option is, if you don't do like learn more, then you can always just put like shop now. Any of those will work. Learn more, shop now. Typically, those that could work. Um, Robert, you're asking, should we use TikTok ads also? Meta didn't work for me. How you said you did it for 1 day? Like that's not good. So when you test it now, right? So so cover this, right? Then after you basically make sure your links are everything is there, and you publish that, right? So you want to have like 5 different ad sets, $10 a day, and what you would do is within each ad, go back to that ad set, hit the ad. If I go back to the ad set, you can duplicate the ad, and essentially, let me see where. Yeah, so you can duplicate the ad that we created right here, duplicate, and then you can put in a completely different video or image, right? So you can have like, let's say, 2 images, 3 maximum, but probably two for lower the budget, the less ads you put inside your ad set, the less ads. Let's say you have 2 ads in there. In each ad set you have the same 2 ads, but you have 5 ad sets, right? $10 a day, that's $50 a day. And then you want to run this for like, you want to run this for about, like, let's say, let me see here, for like 3 days before you turn it off and see what's working and what's not working. And that's very important, right? So let me just fix this here. So what you want to do is run it for like 3 days. That's your testing period. And you want to, within that 3 day period, you want to ensure that you got sales from your campaigns, from your ad sets. Whichever ad sets didn't get sales, you turn it off. The ad sets that got sales, you can leave it on, let it run more, to see how it works. But if you see an ad set that has really good sales on there, you have different options from there. If something is like, looks like it's a winner, then you can either vertically scale it or horizontally scale it, right? So those are different options that you would have. But this is how you test. And then if in the first 5 tests that you did in 3 days time, nothing worked well, start again another 5 new ads, and be able to test again to see, and use the data that you've had before and be able to test again to see how you can get a winner. The key goal is to keep testing, test until you find a winner. Don't expect to test something one time and like, oh man, it doesn't work. Like sometimes it's not really about your product. It's sometimes it's about your strategy. It's about what you how you set up your ads, and your creatives and so on, that is not making it work. It's not that the product is bad, it's your ads are bad, maybe your website is bad, your creative is bad. And what I do recommend is, like, guys, if you want to get like more like help, like the great thing is that any of you who actually have the ad account or get the ad accounts, you get access to the pro community too, where you can ask additional questions and you can get support. And then plus, really and truly, that's just a bonus of it, because that alone is way more that's like invaluable. But if you want to really scale your dropship, what you have going on, without any limitations on your spend, not having to worry about your band's restrictions, then if you're serious, or any of you serious, then that's when I really recommend you get the agency ad accounts. And either you create a ticket, and we'll get you set up right away today. I mean, in terms of like through the process, get you started through the process right away today. Or you can click the link that I dropped as well in the chat, and then you can sign up, and we'll be able to help you with that. So let me see here. Robert have a question, and we're going to end off in like 1 or 2 minutes because it's about time already. Um, so let me see what Robert says there. So you did different videos for every ad set. But if I have 0 sales in 1 day, it's worth trying the same for the next day. Yeah. Um, so you want to test things for like a 3 day period at least, because you want to give it a chance. Because the first day, every like days could vary. Like literally, you can sales today, the next day you can probably get like 3 sales, right? 3 sales or more, or sometimes 2 sales, 3 sales, 1 sale, whatever it is. You just wouldn't know. You need a wider time frame to be able to really determine things, right? And you want to also monitor, okay, the traffic that you're getting, because it could be other reasons why. It may not be the platform. It could just be your website is just not converting at all. So you want to see how many people are adding to cart, how many people initiated checkout. Are they going through the stages? What stage are they stuck on? That's what you also want to be able to monitor and see, so that way you can determine how to be able to how to be able to better diagnose what's happening, so you can be able to overcome that hurdle. um, so you say, can you share your product testing campaign here? If you do, you want to what, share your screen on it? If you do, that's the last thing we'll cover before we end this call. So Joshua, if you want, you can share your screen, you can show it. That's fine. And after that, we can end off this call. That could be the last thing that we cover right now. So let me know if you want. You should be able to share your screen by clicking that share screen. Yeah. Okay, I see. And you can unmute your mic and share what you have going on as well, so we understand what you have going on.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hey, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me change my For some reason, my I'm not hearing you. I think it's on my end. 1 second. Okay, try again.
Can you hear me?
Are you s- are you speaking right now, Joshua?
Hi.
I think you're speaking. I'm seeing it moving on your end, but wow. Okay, 1 second. I'm not sure. It's something on my end. Let me just try. Okay, try again.
Can you hear me?
Okay, great. I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Okay. So basically, I have this new ad account. It's basically for dropshipping purposes. Um, so I did run like a testing campaign just for the engagement, actually page likes. So I have spent $20 on that, and I got pretty like enough likes, I think, etc. And then I started running the testing campaign for the product, and my CPMs were basically awful, I think.
Yeah, that's really high. But it all depends on what niche you're in and how your targeting is. There could be different reasons for that. So your CPM is high, your cost per click is really high. I mean, we didn't
Yeah,
really go
yeah,
over
but
today like your metrics and so forth, but that's a very important part to understand. So like you have like a 3.02 CPC. So to be profitable on that, like literally for every 10 clicks, you get in like you get in you spending like what, $30 for 10 clicks, you understand? And then with that as well, keep in mind that the average e-commerce website online is only getting like probably 2 to 3% conversion rate. 2 to 3% conversion rate. So if you get a 2 to 3% conversion rate, like for every 10 clicks, that's really like not even a sale. Like, but for every 100 clicks, which is like $300 you would spend for 100. How much would you, if it's like $3 for 100 clicks, that's that's what, $300. So you may probably get $300, the maximum, like probably two sales or something. So yeah, so then it's the ad creative from that end. If your cost per click is high, if your CPM is high, then it's not really your website initially that's a problem right now. It's more so your ads, your creatives.
yeah, I have tried like multiple running the multiple products, but every time the CPM was like above 50, which is a lot. But on this ad account, is just I just
Yeah. Sometimes this is
tested
what
this one.
sometimes I'll say, try new ad accounts. It just so happens to like, if if you think that your ads are really good, but it's just maybe you're not sure why, and you think you really believe that, okay, the ads are really good, try out different ad accounts, because sometimes you can get way different results on a different ad account. But other than that, you're creative, you want to be able to test new creatives, try image creatives, try video creatives. And with your video creatives, of course, your hook is very important, capturing people in the first 2 seconds, and also getting people to take action. So your ads definitely needs to improve for sure. And then, but if you really believe that you have one of the a really great ad or whatever it is, I mean, the numbers don't really say that, but sometimes you can test different ad accounts. So if you do want as well, like if you want to even test out agency ad accounts, see how that works in lowering your CPM, you can do that too. But I'm not sure how much how much investment you have for what you're doing. If you have like some minimum investment to get things going, I'd say with the agency ad accounts, you can get multiple of them, and you can test in multiple ad accounts. It usually helps with lower CPMs as well, lower CPCs, and then we can better even help you with like just looking at reviewing some of your ads as well. If you in the back end in the pro community, we can always review some of those.
Yeah, I can show you the creatives here I ran basically in the product, like here. So basically, I ran two different ad sets with in total 7 different creatives. But like that one, I think has performed the best comparing to the CTR. But like it's still the
Um,
CPM got very high. Don't really
okay,
know why.
go to ad sets. Click ad sets. Let me see something here.
Oh yeah, it was
Now
CBO.
click inside of broad two as well. Click inside of the broad two, the tick.
Yeah,
Sorry, go back, go back. Click in the checkbox for broad and broad two, the checkbox for both. Make sure both are selected.
yeah,
Yeah, and then go to the right ads for two ad sets. Click on ads for two ad sets. That's to the top in the tab. Yeah. Now scroll to the right a little bit. Okay, stop here. Okay, so then what you want to do is evaluate the different ads. They all seem pretty much the same. So you want to have ad testing where I don't know, maybe it's different, it's just the image that looks like that, but so what you want to see is like, okay, well, one of the ads here is like $4.60. That's really high. This one is $5. There's one that's like $2.29. That's a little better. It's but then at the same time, you want to be able to sort of look through different metrics and see which ads are performing better and see how you can optimize it and make it better so you can get more results. So you have to keep like testing it out. But look at the metrics, look at the data, see what's performing, see what's not performing. Those that are not performing, turn it off. Those that are performing a little bit, okay, how can I, you know, optimize it better, or maybe do something completely new, a completely new angle to get better results, right? Those are some things you want to consider.
yeah. If I just show it real quick, it was like so basically I did like a testimonial primary
What
text.
is your product about?
It's like for reflexology mat for
Okay.
relieving stress and having like a better sleep. I could show you like this. Okay, so that's basically
Okay,
like
so then what you want to do is like test out different hooks. Right now you have long hours at the desk. Test out a different hook and test out different images. And try putting the words on the screen as well too. Make sure all the words are on the screen. But I think you have it there, right? And then test out different hooks. That's because that's what. And then also your call to actions. Get good call to actions, and then just good video. So just test out multiple to be able to grab the attention.
okay. Um
Yeah, and you need something more dramatic, right? You need something that's more like captivating. It's something that will scroll stop, right? You need to shock them a little bit when they start watching the video. It's like, oh, let me what's that? Well, let me see what they're talking about here, right? So you want that to build that curiosity.
okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. So then so that's about it right now, guys. Anything, just drop in the chat. Any questions, and if any of you do want ever to get access to our pro community and to be able to get like the agency ad accounts, ring us up. You can also speak with Kyra or myself, and we can be able to help you guys out and get you started. And I know like King Ko, I know you're about to run your ads very soon as well. So yeah, we got you. You're already in the community there. yeah, for everyone else, I mean, keep pushing and keep the grind, keep the hustle. That's really what it is out there. Just don't stop. Keep, and that's really what it is. Because most drop shippers, the reality is, fail. Like over 90, over 90% of drop shippers actually never made a dollar. So if you made a dollar drop shipping, then you're in a small percentage. But then you don't want to just make a dollar. You want to be that smaller percentage of drop shippers who are able to actually make a lot more. Whether you're doing e-commerce, dropship, affiliating, whatever it is, then just keep at it. So again, I think that's about it right now. So again, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and look forward to maybe chatting again some other time. Open a ticket if you have questions. If you need any assets, feel free to check out our meta assets as well, and also hit us up at tickets. We'll be able to talk to you more. All right, have a good one. Goodbye.